Good day, guys. Thanks for visiting Richard's Corner. My name is Richard, and this is going to be a series of haul reveals starting today from my friends here at the Value Villages in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. What do you see before you here is a gigantic Value Village bag, and all of these items in here are things that I have not revealed yet. And as you can see, if I can open this up, there is a ton of stuff to reveal. And obviously I'm not going to do it all at once. And you can see some pretty good keepers in here and a lot of really interesting things. However, just so that if I am doing daily videos and they're not all gigantic and long, I am going to be pulling random bags out of here and doing reveals from it. So I just wanted you guys to know what's going on Richard's Corner here. So I'm going to pull two random packages out of this bag today and two Value Village bags out of this tomorrow and continue on until this entire bag is empty. But so we're going to kick off this series of haul reveals by pulling out two random packages. Here's one here. Oh, I've got the big Marvel figure there. And number two, let's see, this one here. Oh, looks like we've got another superhero package. Awesome. So let's start off with those two first. So these are the two packages that we've pulled from the big Value Village lot. And as you can see, one is a gigantic Legends figure here, and I've got a lot of exciting news about that one, I think, and a few random DC hero stuff here. So let's do a slight unbagging here, and we'll see who we have to work with today for this reveal. So we've tried to get most of them standing here, and the only reason why this gigantic guy is not standing in the frame right now because he is standing way above frame compared to the characters here. But we've got this awesome Marvel figure right here, as well as a few DC, both Happy Meal as well as some various toy lines in here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to cut away for a bit to do some research on these characters, and I'm going to let you know exactly what you got. But this particular character is who I'm most excited about. So now that we've got them all standing up and kind of sorted in some sort of order here, I can tell you a lot more about these guys. I'm going to go into the Marvel character last. So let's go over to our Batman or our DC heroes here. So starting from the left here, we have a couple of figures from the McDonald's Happy Meal toys that were released back in 2012. There is a series called Young Justice, which is a younger version of some of the heroes, and there was a whole series of Superman, of Young Justice toys from McDonald's in 2012, and these toys are from that. I have two of the same Batman here, and basically the wings clip together like this. When you hit the logo on his chest here, the wings snap out, which is actually kind of neat. But one drawback from these particular figures, if I had to, this one has a broken wing, it doesn't stay down, but they're very hard to stand up. For some reason, they're just, of course, I can make them stand now. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, well, they were, I was having trouble standing them up. Okay, this one's a little top heavy, but this one seems to be balanced with his arms stuck like that. But despite that, these are McDonald's figures, and not entirely sought after online. These are worth about maybe $4 or $5 each if you were buying it from a collector's price. I do like some of the detailing in it, though, as you can see in the light there. Nice definition in the muscles there, even though it is more stylized versus it being a realistic character. It is very reminiscent of the Young Justice cartoon series. I do like all the nice detailing in the outfits here. If I bring Superman, this is one of my favorite figures. He's rendered really well. I love these really square muscles. Really shows off that really strong look that Superman has. Not entirely exaggerated, although the chest is a little bit big. It is a molded cape versus it being a cloth cape, but it lends itself well to the smashing action. If I position his arms up here and you press his button in the back, he does have some smashing action, which is kind of cool. So overall, a pretty decent find there from the Value Village package here. I think this particular bundle of DC heroes only cost me $3 to start with. So not bad. That if these are worth about $4 or $5 online, if you had to purchase them online from eBay, for example, I think I walked out ahead finding these guys. So pretty cool. So if we continue on with our characters here, we do have Another McDonald's toy. This is Green Lantern, the Hal Jordan Green Lantern. This is a shame that it doesn't work. It does have an on-off switch on the back, so the characters has a little LED light that would actually light up in his chest, which is really neat. Unfortunately, this particular Hal Jordan, the battery's already dead. Maybe I could revive it. There is a screw that I could remove if I had a security screwdriver, and replace the battery with it, so I could rejuvenate this toy. But overall, I'm still pretty happy with this guy. Online, he's only not really sought after, but before shipping, it's only a few bucks. But after shipping, it's like almost $30. So kind of a great find. There's little articulation in this guy, but I love just the way he's rendered here. Just the minimalistic lines, the really translucent suit, so that light really shines through. I really wish I could show you how it looks. But maybe I'll replace the battery in the future, and then you guys can I can do a follow-up for you. But not a bad figure, right? So Hal Jordan is the original Green Lantern, and this is just one of his many iterations. This toy was released also in 2012, but it was part of the Green Lantern series. And there were many toys that followed up along with this one that highlighted some of the Green Lantern Corps, the other Green Lanterns that exist across the galaxy. So quite a nice figure right there. Now this Batman's a little bit unusual because he doesn't often use weapons, but this is a 2013 McDonald's toy from a series called Beware the Batman. And it's not actually a gun that he actually shoots. He actually shoots a batarang from this cannon, which is just a spring-loaded cannon. This didn't have the batarang attachment or the accessory that goes in there. So it is unusual to see him holding a gun. I kind of like the battle stance, this martial artsy kind of stance. If I was inclined, I might actually saw this off or remove it somehow and then sort of just have him in this ready stance as a display. But for an all black figure, minus the belt there and his face, fairly well done as a molded figure. Very little articulation as far as his arms are concerned. This arm is fixed, this arm can move a little bit, and the legs are fixed as well, but still a really neat figure. I just love that intensity that he has. And again, if I did modify this figure so that I could remove the gun, it would look like a pretty cool, almost Bruce Lee kind of pose for him. So that's pretty awesome. And rounding out my DC package here, this Brave and the Bold Batman, released back in 2010. This is part of a series of Happy Meal toys again. I like that sort of devious, square-jawed smile that he's got there. Almost looks Joker-like, really. But he's got a little bit of action from his hands here, like so there's a little bit of like a weapon action if he had his weapon here. This one is in a ready fist for him to knock out the bad guys, obviously. Very little articulation outside of his arms. His head is also fixed. And then there's that little switch in the back that allows him to move his hand there with the weapon if he had it. So not a bad figure. This is not entirely sought after, but it's often sold in pairs with other toys. So the lots that he's found on eBay are sometimes between $10 and $30. So on average, maybe it's about a $5 figure if you bought this online. So really good find. It's not hard to find these at Value Village or your Savers, depending on where you're viewing this. Sorry, Value Village or Savers thrift store. But a nice find altogether. Like it is fairly. I love the lines. I do prefer cloth capes over the plastic, but for this particular line of figure, it actually works really well. Slightly exaggerated chest there, little detailing for muscles under there, but yeah, fairly good Batman figure for the price there. So pretty awesome. So this massive guy that I'm going to bring back into frame so you can see him, he is actually from the Marvel Legends series. He's part of a series of characters called the Wrecking Crew, and this was released back in 2012, so it's only a few years old. 5 years old, I guess. But this 7.5 or 7.25 inch figure is just massive. As you can see, like I can barely get him into the frame here. And just the level of detail is very, very cool. Lots of articulation too. His neck goes up and down as well as around. He's got some, he's got a big rotational joint there, as well as ball joints in the shoulders, or sort of deltoids, as well as the biceps here and the wrist. He's got rotational, a rotational joint there, as well as rotational joints in his legs. Very, very superposable character. Now, this is not a complete character, obviously, because he does not have his wrecking ball. He has a wrecking ball as his weapon, which is really crazy. But this guy is part of like I said, the Marvel Legends series. Now, I was very surprised to see that this was actually a very sought after figure online. Again, this is asking prices. Don't say that this is set in stone. But for me to find this online on eBay in package, complete with the wrecking ball and other accessories or whatever, this particular figure alone goes for between 100 and 200 Canadian in package plus shipping, which ranges about $30. So almost $250, you know, after exchange and all this stuff. Are you kidding me? And now I have to admit that this is a primo figure from Value Village. It was packaged by itself, and I think I bought this for a whole $7. I didn't realize the significance of that value until I looked into this guy. And I sometimes kind of scoff and like, oh man, I'm going to spend like almost retail for a price like this. But old figures like this, yeah, actually, like I said, I don't really concentrate on value for myself. I don't want to flip this for $100 to you guys. But I'm really hard pressed to part with it anytime soon because it would cost me so much to replace if I'd found it somewhere else. So, yeah, whether it's worth maybe even $50 or $80, that's crazy compared to what I paid for this. And you know what? For this level of detail, like, look at that. Like, just the paint job is amazing. The expression is just intense. I mean, this is a primo figure, and this is what thrifty collecting is for me. Is just that thrill of the hunt and just what I can walk away with for much less than what I would pay online for some of these. So Wrecking Ball, Thunderball is definitely going to be a worthwhile addition to my collection for a little while, guys. Sorry, I'm not parting with this anytime soon. So I like, look at that. That's just so awesome. So this is Richard from Richard's Corner signing out for this video. This is just the first part of many for this particular set of Value Village hauls. Please stay tuned for another video. Thank you for watching this one, and I hope that you were pretty pleased with what I found here. I know I am, considering how much some of this might have cost offline or outside of the thrift store scene. I think I walked out way ahead, a whole $11 for these two packages, and I walked away with a few things, especially this big guy, that is worth well over what I paid for it. But again, worth is in the eye of the beholder. I collect because it's cool. So I hope that you're inspired to, you know, check out your thrift shops and see what you find as well. I wish you happy hunting and happy collecting. I hope all of your thrifty finds are equally awesome. So please stay tuned for the next part of this Value Village haul reveal, and we'll see you then. Thanks for visiting Richard's Corner. Signing out for now.